I'm Thomas from A Painter Cabinet Refinishing. Today we're going to show you the process of grain filling. So here is an oak door. You would only grain fill if it was oak. So our process right now, we're going to show you what we do. First thing we're going to do is wash and degrease the cabinets. This is a degreaser. So the degreaser is going to go on first, and we will scrub and wash any residual greases off of your door, and the same thing will take place if we're doing your base cabinet. So the first thing is to degrease the doors and the base cabinets. So I am showing you degreasing process. So we will wash and scrub this off. This is pretty potent degreaser, and then we will wipe the cabinet down. And as you can see, it takes off any of the dirt and grease that's on that cabinet. Okay, now we're going to use a little of a solvent. This will reassure that there is no grease or anything left over. This will cut right through that, so it's a two-part process. So we're going to take the solvent here. And we're going to wipe this down really good and thoroughly. Make sure that it's clean and free of any kind of grease or foreign substance. And then our next process is going to be sanding. Okay, once the door has been washed and degreased, we're going to sand. We're going to sand aggressively, so we're going to start off with our sander and sand it up. Most important when we're sanding also, over the years, this cabinet, as you can dial in here, sometimes the edges kind of get dented, or there's not clean edges. So we're also not only sanding to prep the door for good adhesion, we're also kind of fine-tuning anything that might be dented or dinged. we have aggressively sanded across the grain, you notice sometimes we were sanding across the grain. What this is gonna do is kind of take down the highs and the lows a little bit. Then we're gonna come back and just kind of hit the corners where the sanding machine can't get into. We're gonna come back this side here. This is gonna get sanded right in here, and we're also kind of cutting into that existing finish. Okay, so we're gonna come back with a finer sandpaper. Now that we've kind of cut the grain and cut kind of that old finish off a little bit, we're gonna come through and we're gonna use a finer sandpaper. Vacuum up, a lot of the dust there. Okay, now the door has been washed and degreased, it's been sanded, and now it's ready to go through its first process. We're going to put a bonding adhesion primer over the door. So we'll go to the spray room and we'll show you that next.